all of you have this inner strength, some special power that you've had in your most wonderful dreams. Together, we can learn to use that power if we try.
And you've got a new film coming out. Can you give us a little taste?
Well, you know, a couple years back, we had the 25th anniversary of A Nightmare on Elm Street, and I happened to be invited to a lot of conventions that year. And my sister-in-law, we were working together at the time, she said, why don't we get a camera crew and go out on the road with you and just see what it's like to be Nancy and see how much fans love Nancy. And we had some fans we were working with who were covered in tattoos. I mean, just tattoos all over their bodies. And other fans would bring me their gloves that they had made at home. And so we decided that we really wanted to attack our movie from the point of view of, you know, why Freddymania and not Nancymania? Like, why has Freddie gotten all the attention in the past 25 years and Nancy doesn't get as much? And so it's kind of tongue-in-cheek. We just really wanted to go to these conventions and, you know, look for all the Nancy stuff and find the Nancy doll and look for the Nancy poster and find the Nancy pajamas. And, of course, those don't exist, right? So it was very funny. And we interviewed Robert Englund, of course, who interviewed Wes Craven. And we try to get their perspective of who Nancy is. And what I found out at the end of the movie is that she's really like an amazing cultural icon on her own. And through my interviews with fans, they told me some incredible stories about how Nancy had become an inspiration for them in their own personal battles with their own personal Freddies. And so by the end of the documentary, I asked the question, what's your Freddie? And I got a lot of really amazing responses. And I learned, you know, everyone's pretty much dealing with a lot of bad stuff all the time. And people who were able to look at their battle as Nancy versus Freddie, they actually could kind of conquer what they had going on in their own life with a little bit more sense of humor or a little bit more perseverance. And that becomes the thing I become most proud of about the show.
And that is definitely something to be extremely proud of. And, you know, Nancy is truly one of the first iconic horror heroines, such a strong female character. And you brought such a life to it and such a power and a presence to the character.
Well, I mean, I think I would differ with what you just said in that she's not a powerful female character. She's really just a powerful character, and that we have to stop looking at her as just a girl. That she's like a human being that does something that is not rare for girls, really. It's just nobody put him in movies before.
Is it just more of the character and the impact?
Yeah, I really try not to focus on myself. I really decided that interview in Never Sleep Again, I mean, I hope I never have to do an interview like that again. It was so long, and I pretty much talked about everything that there was to talk about. So on this one, I really take the camera and focus it outwards, and I realized that I'm not that much of a part of Nancy in some ways. It's the imagination and the creativity of the fans themselves that keep her living on. And I mean, it could have been any actor to play that part, but I think the part would still be a very important part in film history.
Well, you definitely brought some of your own characteristics to it that made it such a lasting character, I feel, personally.
I think that Wes wrote a character for the ages, and I mean, I feel honored that I was able to put what I had into that character. But the character stands alone, it really does. And I mean, you flatter me by saying that, but after talking to Wes and hearing what he put into that character and writing her, is that it's just, she's so fantastic in so many of her qualities. And I do believe there's many, many actresses out there who play those same kinds of characters in film.
Well, this is definitely a must-see film and get film. So where can people, the ghouls at home, where can they...
The ghouls, well, they can order it on my website, which is iamnancy.net, NancyNet, that's why I picked .net. And then Amazon.com will have it as of Friday, the 20th of May. And then I hope to get a distribution deal. I really want everyone to see it on television, or, you know, I'll figure out something, but I'm just starting that process right now.
Well, definitely keep your eyes peeled for it. Get it, see it, absolutely. Do you have any last words for the fans at home?
Be Nancy.